am super excited because I have a very special guest with me in studio today. Manny MUA is here, you guys.
Hi, you guys. How are you doing?
I am so glad you're here.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be back.
This is going to be so much fun. You recently joined Cassie and Denny on the Download.
Yes.
And we were like, we have to have you back because we need to talk about makeup and
style.
fashion and style and so many things. So we're so happy you're here.
Thank you.
But first, I want to know what's up with you and what's coming up next for you.
Well, I'm working on tons of things. You know, of course, I have my own brand. I'm the CEO of Lunar Beauty and working on so many different projects with that. But those are all like next year things happening because when you work on a brand, like you work so far out. It's not like something that's like here, intangible, and within a month. It's like, no, you work like a year out. So I am actually doing a collaboration coming soon. Next month is actually dropping with a brand I've been working with for like the past 5 years. Like it's kind of expected at this point.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Yeah, so like it's I've actually talked about the collab. Yeah, so I'm really, really excited about it. It's gonna be really, really fun. I think it's gonna be great. It's such a great price point, so it's gonna be really fun.
All right, well, we're gonna keep our ears to the streets for more details on that. But you know, we gotta talk about YouTube in general because your brand and your channel, everything was born through YouTube. And YouTube has grown incredibly over the last 5-10 years. You've been on the platform for 5 years.
Yes.
So I think the biggest thing we've seen in the last few years is this whole idea of cancel culture.
Totally, a very real thing.
It's a real thing. I feel like it started kind of within the YouTube community and now it's even bigger. You know, we just decide that we are over people and we're canceling people. So what is your take on cancel culture and how has that affected you in your career? You
know, that's such a great question. Like cancel culture, I think that it's tough because I believe in keeping people accountable for the things that they do. You know, and I really believe that. I think that people should be held accountable for the things that they do, whether they're right or wrong, whatever it might be. But I also feel like cancel culture specifically does not allow for like forgiveness and empathy and, you know, being human. I think that's like the real problem with cancel culture is that everyone makes mistakes. And so for someone to make a mistake online and someone like not forgive them for it is like not human. It's not empathetic. It's not good for a society as a whole. So I think that I believe in keeping people accountable, but canceling someone for a mistake that they've made forever, I don't believe in that.
I totally agree. I think that's a great way to look at it, and that's, you know, a great spin on it. It's like we can't be doing this.
No, we absolutely cannot, and I think that it's bad on both ends. Like there's the end of someone that's getting canceled and like they're going through it mentally. It's like probably one of the worst things that someone can go through mentally ever. And then on the other end of it, the people that are canceling, they're not learning how to be empathetic. They're not learning how to be people. They're not learning how to forgive. And I think that there's just so many bad spots with cancel culture. It just doesn't make sense.
That's right. And it you know, there's so much drama coming out of cancel culture and YouTube in general. So how much of the YouTube drama that we see is real? Do you think people are doing it for clout, for likes, for views, for subs?
I think it honestly depends per person. Like I really think that it depends on the person that you're watching. When I was involved in YouTube drama, I was canceled last year and it was so hard, and that was like my real life. It was all real. It was all something that was happening to me at the time, and it wasn't for like fun, for clout or anything. Like it was very serious. It was very real for me, and I think that it kind of depends per person. Like, you know, sometimes maybe people are doing it for the clout, they're doing it for the drama, they're doing it to be in the headlines, but every time I've been in drama, I never did it on purpose. It just kind of happened to me and I had to deal with it at the time.
And you came out the other side.
Yes, you have to come out on the other side. You know, like you fall down, you get back up. Like that's just what I've always believed in.
Well, I love that, and that's why we love you.
Thank you.
Continue to promote that message
exactly,
to everyone else,
exactly.
please.
It's so important.
But YouTube has so many meaningful things for so many people, for creators and for the viewer. Do you remember the first YouTube video that you watched that inspired you, and you said, I need to be doing this. I need to be contributing. Do you remember what it was?
I think the first video that I was really like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, was by Michelle Phan. And she was doing a Lady Gaga transformation. She was turning into Lady Gaga, the Bad Romance tutorial.
Yes.
And it was like, literally, I remember watching it like, oh my gosh. Like it was such a transformer, like it was just so cool. It was so, like we're looking at it right now, like look at her eyes get bigger. Like it's just so crazy. Like it's just so, it was so cool to me, and I loved it, and I thought, wow, this is so amazing, and just the transformation of it, how confident she felt with it, and I love that she just got to be herself.
I love that so much. And speaking of being yourself, do you remember the first YouTube video you posted? Because we did.
Oh Lord, help me.
Hold it up. Let's take a look.
Oh gosh.
Let's show you, baby you.
I look so little. Look at my rings. Look how many rings I have on. This is definitely, it was like my going to work makeup routine. It was like my foundation routine at the time. And I remember when I started, look how skinny I was. What the freak? I look like I haven't eaten in 3 days.
Oh my gosh, how many years ago was this? 5 years ago?
5 years ago. And it's so crazy because I was 23
wow.
at the time. And like, I thought I looked like so old when I was 23. And look at me now, I'm like looking back, I'm like, I look so little.
Now, this is truly your first video? Do you have anything that's on private?
No, not as my first, no. This is like my actual first video ever, and I've kept it up this whole time because it's just part of my journey. Like, I really, really enjoy like kind of seeing that was who I was at the time.
I love that.
You know, it's like a diary. YouTube's like a diary for me.
Exactly, and I love being able to look back at other creators and you and see how much you've grown,
yeah,
how much you've done. It's really awesome. So what do you think the next decade of YouTube is gonna bring for us? Because it's already changed so much over the last 5 to 10 years.
I honestly don't even know what, like, where else. I feel like we're gonna see other types of platforms too. We're gonna see so many different types. Like TikTok just came out of nowhere to me. I was like, whoa, what the heck? Like, where did that come from? You know, and you know, just seeing different types of platforms, different types of videos, just different like types of integrations in some way. You know, I really, really like how YouTube has kept the community so tight for so long. And I really hope that stays, and I hope it continues to be a strong platform for community, for growth, and for, you know, learning. And I think that that's somewhere where YouTube should be going, is like teaching and, you know, for the good, for the positive, not for like, the drama, not for things like that, for the positive.
That's right. And people have learned so much from YouTube about beauty and about makeup.
Totally.
It's like the way that teenage girls learn how to do makeup now. So how do you think YouTube has changed the beauty industry?
I think that it made it so much bigger. Like, I really think that YouTube is what catapulted the beauty industry to so much bigger than what it ever was before. You know, I think social media in general has catapulted it in like the craziest way. You know, now there's so many different brands, there's so many different, you know, online, in store, there's so many different things going on right now. And I think that YouTube and social media is like what's to, you know, not to blame, that's not the right word. It's like they helped it happen, you know? They're the ones that created this amazing atmosphere in the beauty world. And I really love it because I feel like back in the day, you would only see like girls wearing makeup all the time, you know? And that was like kind of more the normal. And I think that through social media, like I've allowed to be myself online, and I would have never had a platform like this before, I feel, without YouTube.
It's amazing how big your platform has gotten too. I mean, your most popular, most viewed video on your channel, I'm sure you know this, it's from 2 years ago. It's your foam foundation video.
Yep. Oh my goodness.
Views. And I definitely can see from videos like yours where you test different products.
Yeah.
Brands have to pay attention because 6.9 million people are watching this and deciding whether or not to buy a product. It gives us a lot of power as creators and as shoppers. It gives us even more power.
Totally, and you have to be responsible. You have to be responsible with that kind of power. You know, like with great power comes with great responsibility. Like you absolutely have to do that. You do, like you really need to be like, you know, if this is happening, like you need to be able to be aware of your audience, be aware of what you're reviewing, you know, be as honest as humanly possible, because like you have people watching you that take your opinion, you know, seriously.
That's right.